All right, I want to welcome everyone back to my shop, and today I am going to start on this 302 Ford. I know a lot of people are probably anxious to see me put this engine together, especially when you see a sea of small block Chevys behind me. But an engine is an engine is an engine. So anyway, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. Let's keep the progress on this channel going. I greatly appreciate it, and hopefully I can continue to film and put good content on the page, on the channel, and you know, we'll see where we're going, because I do have a lot of projects that they're going to be filming. I've got a bunch of stuff that's already filmed. So anyway, back to this thing here. I told you guys, I don't know, in a couple of videos ago, this is a 302 that is going into a F-150. It's roughly a mid 85. This has a little bit of a story because the gentleman that owns this engine was in his high school truck, and he is now redoing this F-150 with his two boys, which is a super cool story. I'm honored that the shop is part of this build. Shout out to Travis Bright. This one's for you, man. It's an honor to have the opportunity. So anyway, the first thing I'll end up doing to this block is I'll run a thread chaser down all the threads. This thing has already been back from the machine shop. It's not anything super fancy. The bore was good and clean. It does have forged pistons, factory forged pistons. I did do a balance on the rotating assembly. The rods are all good. There's ARP main bolts, ARP rod bolts. I've got a set of aluminum heads for this. The cam that was in this engine when I picked it up was way too big, so I've got a small E303 cam that will go back. It's all fully roller. I'm going to paint it corporate Ford blue with some stuff that I've been using lately. But first and foremost, after I get these threads cleaned out, I will take it outside and I'll mix me up some hot soapy water, and I will scrub this thing from top to bottom. I'll make sure I run wire wheels, cleaning brushes through all the orifices, the oil plug galleries, make sure we get all of the debris from the machine shop out of this thing. And once I'm there, then I usually, since it's nice and warm out, I'll probably leave it in the sun. I'll blow it out real good. And if I need to assist in that, I can bring it in the shop and set it in front of my space heater to kind of help heat the engine up and evaporate all the moisture within the block. Then I'll mask it up, paint it, and I'll build it out. So sit back, enjoy, and wish me luck. Thank you. Okay, I got the block washed, cleaned, got it blown out real well, dried it out, set it in front of the heater. Also took the time to mask everything up. That way I don't have paint all over the gasket flanges. And you're probably thinking, why did I spend so much time masking this thing up just to brush the paint on? I probably could have kept it off the surfaces. But what I didn't show you, the second coat of this engine enamel I sprayed along with the oil pan. I learned the other day that the stuff that I'm using does not brush on a clean, smooth oil pan surface very well. Works great on the block, but I thought, heck, if I'm gonna spray the oil pan, might as well go ahead and spray the block with the second coat. So I got that done, taking the masking tape, got it all ready to go. So this morning I plan on assembling this engine. The first thing I'll do is drop the crankshaft in, check the end play, and if everything is within spec, then I'll continue with the build. Like I said, So it's a rainy day here in Northeast Oklahoma, and as you can see, I've got the trailer hooked on the truck, and I originally had plans to go pick up a project that will be hitting the shop in about 4 to 6 months. So that's gonna have to wait. So instead, we're gonna come in here, and I think I'm gonna continue working on this 302 Ford engine. And where I left off on this the other day was I had got the crank in, the crankshaft is torqued, and I went to put the piston rings on, and they got me the wrong piston rings. So I've got the correct piston rings, and off camera real quick, before I start filming the rest of this in time lapse, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna ring all of the pistons and check at least a couple of ring gaps on a few cylinders to see where I'm at. And I think I'm gonna finish assembling this engine. So sit back and enjoy. Here goes another one. once again, I hit a snag. For some reason, the gasket set that I had did not have the gasket for the oil pump, pickup tube to oil pump. So I'm going to flip the engine over. I'm going to set up a cylinder head, and I'm going to check push rod length. This engine, it was assembled by someone else, and I wanted to recheck a bunch of stuff on this. One of the things that I didn't want to trust was the push rod length. So I'm going to set up, and we're going to check push rod length. I'm going to show you how to do it on this engine. So should be much like a Chevrolet, but hopefully we can get it right on the first dial in. So I'll be right back.